This morning, we woke up to news that the next presidential debate, which is supposed to happen in a week?
Yeah, October 15th. So actually a week from today is when it's scheduled for.
A week from today was going to go virtual. Obviously, this in wake of President Trump testing positive for COVID-19. And quickly, within an hour or so of that being announced, President Trump said that ain't happening.
That's right. He called in to Fox News and said that he was not going to participate. In fact, he said, "I'm not going to waste my time on a virtual debate." And I have to kind of agree. I feel like part of the style of a debate, when you have the two candidates able to get up there and challenge each other directly, even though our technology has come very far, I mean, we're able to connect multiple studios with direct connections and high-speed connections, but there's always a slight delay. I think it would really hurt the format of a debate trying to pull that off remotely.
There was no information really released on what a virtual debate
Right, they just said they're going to participate from separate remote locations.
Yeah.
They would have to get approval to do a style change because they agreed to the rules, and this was going to be the town hall.
Right.
And town hall typically infers that there's people asking questions from the audience. It just sets up a lot of problems to potentially happen that I think could cause more distraction from the campaign than is really good at this point.
Yeah, for either side. I don't see President Trump really enjoying this. And I also don't see Joe Biden. I mean, look, we saw a lot of issues when he did his at-home campaign events.
The purpose of the debates in general, is to showcase the two different leading candidates for president and their different views. It allows them to exchange in their back and forth about their ideas and their views and their platforms. And I just think of all, not just like the live shots that you see on the news or something where there's a debate and it gets heated and there's a delay, but I even think of some of the hearings that the U.S. Senate has done and some of the senators not being able to connect properly, and there just being a lot of issues that really degrade the quality of interaction between that. And I think of the witnesses in some of the Senate hearings that have been able to dodge questions much more easily. I think it's a disservice to the American people.
Well, let's start talking about this debate last night.
Senator Harris had a line that she kind of tried to get in there against Vice President Pence about the trade war between China. Yeah, so let's go ahead and play 46 so we can hear how she set this up.
The vice president earlier referred to it as part of what he thinks is an accomplishment, the president's trade war with China. You lost that trade war.
This is bite 48, and it's his response to Senator Harris's attack there.
Lost the trade war with China. Joe Biden never fought it. Joe Biden has been a cheerleader for communist China over the last several decades. And again, Senator Harris, you're entitled to your opinion. You're not entitled to your own facts. When Joe Biden was vice president, we lost 200,000 manufacturing jobs, and President Obama said they were never coming back. He said we needed a magic wand to bring them back. In our first 3 years after we cut taxes, rolled back regulation, unleashed American energy, this administration saw 500,000 manufacturing jobs created.
I do think there is a clear difference between what will be a Biden presidency or a Trump presidency in their ideas of being pro-life and anti-abortion.
There's the issue of choice, and I will always fight for a woman's right to make a decision about her own body. It should be her decision and not that of Donald Trump and the vice president, Michael Pence.
Yeah, so that's a very clear-cut answer.
Right.
And I was hoping we'd get a very clear-cut answer from Mike Pence.
I couldn't be more proud to serve as vice president to a president who stands without apology for the sanctity of human life. I'm pro-life. I don't apologize for it. And this is another one of those cases where there's such a dramatic contrast. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris support taxpayer funding of abortion all the way up to the moment of birth. Late-term abortion. They want to increase funding to Planned Parenthood of America. Now, for our part, I would never presume how Judge Amy Coney Barrett would rule on the Supreme Court of the United States, but we'll continue to stand strong for the right to life.
Court packing, which I think is something we haven't heard a ton about. And all of a sudden, it's just like the pro-life movement being flipped on its head. It feels like court packing has become a top topic. And mainly it is because clearly Kamala Harris did not want to answer that question.
She did not.
And avoided it at all costs.